Tonight I'm reviewing Sadler's 1861. That's better. White beer. So there we go. It is 5.3%. Yep. Let me just put this on. So I got this a while ago from Sadler's, some time ago. On the back it says a naturally hazy white beer brewed purely with English hops, barley and wheat. A soft spice malt leads to a floral fruit finish. Grains are pale malt, wheat and caramel. Hops are Challenger, Fuggles and Goldings. Food matching with strong cheese, cured meats and spicy cuisine. So we just put the laptop on just in case anybody comes on. Doesn't look like it is, but hey ho, you never know. Although it is Sunday afternoon, the sun's out, and I don't blame anybody for not watching it, for coming on, sitting down watching beer reviews, to be fair. So it is what it is. So, anyway, we'll dive in. A little bit earlier than 6 o'clock, but hey, I've said it. Doesn't need a beer. So, good evening. What a lovely warm day. Beautiful day for it. So, that's tonight's beer. I'm a little bit higher up than I normally am. Sat on my new bar stool. I actually got it from my workplace when they were chucking out. So I've got 5 of them in total. So it's a little bit higher up. So, golden looking pour. Although it does say white beer, so I'm a bit concerned why it says white beer when it's not white. Bonjour. Yeah, golden looking pour, good carbonation, big white head. Good evening, Thomas. Floral notes on the beer. I'm getting a wheat beer vibe to it as well, funnily enough. There's a funny smelling. It's either in here or it's from this beer. Right, here we go. I'm not looking forward to this now. Nothing wrong with the beer. Must be the glass. I washed it out earlier as well. It's a bit strange. So yeah, definitely floral on the taste. It's definitely a whiff. Good evening. Shiny car. Now I washed this out earlier, the glass, with a hose pipe. And there's the funniest whiff. Fresh water, I'm with my hose pipe. God knows. The one Goaty said I cleaned. Oh, yes, how bad that was. Oh dear, man, that's something none of us. That is very sad. Yeah, it's very sad to hear that, Megan. Oh dear, not good. My heart goes out to you, mate. So, despite the funny whiff from the glass, went to Sadler's, about a year and a half ago now, I think it was, and went on their brewery tour down, in the West Country, Birmingham way, Stouchbury. Not that I know where that is. I wasn't driving, taking no notice either. Good evening. It's not been too bad a weekend, although we've got to go and get a new hot tub. So I'm in there earlier, and I've cleaned up, dropped all the water out, cleaned it up, putting hot water in, it got to a certain height where I could put the bubbles on, make sure it was okay. And it expanded like it normally does, because it's, you know, it's not right. And then all of a sudden, poof! And basically, it's not blown, totally blown, but where there was a split last year, and I sealed the split. Well, basically, that's blown, and I don't think it's worth repairing. So we're going to cut our losses, I think, and just go and buy a new one. We've had it for, this is the 4th year, so we haven't done too bad really. And I'm tempted to use some Gorilla Glue and glue the bleeder. Good evening. First beer. I had a cider, really, no, only down me. I had a cider earlier, and I had a lager earlier, and that was it. Not really had a hotel since, so I'm ready for a beer. I'm not sure you can use them on hot tubs, you know, because of the pressure. Now, when it's sealed, if you think about hot tubs, they have obviously got the bubble element. Fruit wine. Good evening. And an happy Easter. So you've got the air element that goes round, or the air tube, or whatever it's called. When I repaired it last, I kind of sealed the two together. So what it did, you'd pump it up, and then as soon as the water goes out, because it was sealed together, it all went down. And so I don't know if it's worth doing. I sometimes think about doing a cheat, getting some gluing, just you know, spending a £5 and see if it fixes it. But I don't think so. I think it's gone. Shame really, but yeah. The only downside is, because of this flipping lockdown and the fact that no one's going abroad, everyone's buying hot tubs. The price of hot tubs has rocketed. You can't get them cheap. And I'm not paying silly money for hot tubs. So, good evening and happy Easter as well. Yeah, so I think we're just going to go for a 2 to 4 seater. We've got a 3 to 6 seater, 4 to 6. But the only problem is with 4 to 6, it's a lot of water. And water costs more to heat. So a 2 to 4 is going to be better. You're looking at, for hot tubs, anything from £3.30 upwards. Quid. And then if you go for the nice posh hot tubs, you're talking thousands. Yeah. So trying to fix it does seem the best option, but trying to fix, yeah, but I don't think it's going to work for them then. So, no, you can't win them all, can you? Yeah, I really love it. Like Sadlers, I was not impressed in the winter months when they dropped their Christmas pudding stout down from 6% to 4.5%. I felt they ruined one of the best Christmas beers. At 6%, it was amazing taste, and at 4.5%, it just wasn't as good. It was still a nice beer, but you know, when you've drank something at 6%, to drink that same beer at 4.5%, you lose a lot of that. It's, you know, 25% drop in ABV. Ridiculous. Mud City Stout, yeah, I like that. It's a good beer from them. They do a good range of beers, and their brewery tour was amazing, and I got it for free, so even better. Yeah, I actually got sent 2 free tickets, so 2 beers free and a ploughman's lunch as well. So, you know, and the tour, and it really was interesting. That smell's gone off now. Don't know what that was, and it wasn't my back end. Good morning. No, I had to pay for the beer. Yeah, you did get free. You got 2 beers free with your brewery tour, which I think is not bad, really. Proper job. No. Well, you look at Stella. They keep dropping the ABV of Stella, don't they? And I'm sure the same's happened with Hobgoblin. Good evening. Good evening, Barry. How are you? Hope you're well on this lovely sunny day. Well, in Nottingham it's sunny. Bit windy, bit chilly. Unless you're right in the sun. Yeah, the reputation. But people, do lager drinkers notice an ABV drop as much as beer drinkers do? Makes you wonder. And good evening. Typical lager drinkers I'm on about, not people who flip between lager and beer. It does make you wonder if most people would notice the drop in ABV. So golden pour, good little bit of carbonation. It is a bit nippy, yeah. I've got a load of clothes on the line, so at least they're dry, and that's one good thing. But this crap weather's supposed to be coming tomorrow, isn't it? So it'll be a day in the arse tomorrow. The Stella rip-off at Aldi. I've got a couple of the Lidl's lagers to review at some stage, when I can be bothered. I'm going to mix it up tonight. I'm going to do two traditionals and probably 2 craft beers. Not all hospitals are like that, The old fellow who I worked for, in his garden, he broke his hip just after Christmas. Or was it before Christmas? No, before Christmas he broke his hip. And he was in hospital, and they had allowed his daughters to go in and see him. But it was a COVID-free ward. So, I suppose it depends where you are, and there's more factors. When I drank Carlsberg Special Brew the other week, first time I've ever tried it, so I don't know about the 9%. That was what the piss heads all drank. 7.5%, I thought it was okay. And for it to be an own bargains for 99p was ridiculous. It's crap, isn't it? It is crap. I know they're trying not to spread it and all that. You understand. Yeah. Because somebody goes in with COVID into that situation, you'll wipe out everybody, won't you? In an ICU. Yeah, awful. Not the easiest, not an easy situation, all round. Yeah, it's not something I've ever drank at that strength, so I just would not know in any way, shape. Enjoying this though, 1861. The only downer when I went to Sadlers is the brewery shop wasn't open. And if it looks a bit different tonight, it's the fact that I'm now sat on one of the bar stools. So I'm higher, so I've had to flip the phone a bit higher up, so my head's in the middle instead of being right at the top of the thing. It is 5.3%. It's got some good wallop to it, to be fair. It's a nice traditional beer from Sadlers. I'll read the back again. I always thought Carlsberg Expert was 5 or 5.2, to be fair, when I worked at Sainsbury's. Yeah. And now Sadlers are part of Hawkshead. You get a lot of mixed boxes, a bit like they've turned into like a Green King, haven't they? In some aspects. So it says here, a naturally hazy white beer brewed purely with English hops, barley and wheat. A soft spiced malt leads to a floral fruit finish. It was definitely above 5. Yeah, it was in own bargains, you're right, yeah. Quite a few Sadlers have been in own bargains. Carlsberg Hoffel Elephant? No, neither. No, not that I can remember anyway. Yeah, it was definitely above 5 at one stage. Definitely. Yes, I've had Sorcery. I've had that both on draft and good evening. Very well, thanks. I've had it on draft and I've had it in a bottle. Very good. Be an interesting brewery to order a mixed box from. If you hadn't already reviewed them all, I've gonna do an elephant. What's elephant then? What brand is that? Is it Carlsberg? Elephant beer. Rings a bell. That Broughton brewery that you mentioned to me the other day, that looks interesting. Right. Can't say as I've had that, no. Or can't remember at least. Good evening. Happy Easter, Mr. Borman. Have you enjoyed your barbecues? It seems like everyone's had a barbecue the last few days. We haven't. I've got no gas. Holston Pills. I actually liked Holston Pills. I thought it was a decent budget, quaffable. You can get it online, right? Yeah, I like their tradition. They've got a good traditional range of beers. I'll have to have a look, you know. It does sound like an April Fool's joke. Yeah. I've not heard of it before. I've kept it quite sensible this, apart from Thursday night, where I was steaming and then got the red card. So I've kept it quite sensible this since then, drinking wise. Horderland from Thornbridge. That doesn't ring a bell either. Good evening as well. 5 litres of Affigen Blonde. Oh. Elephant beer. So, yeah, here today it's been a warmer day. It has been a bit windy, but the sun's been out all day long, and it's it's a Kavik IPA. It's amazing what you learn, isn't it, about beers you didn't know existed. So loving the taste on this. It's really easy drinking. Lovely floral. I swear I got a wheat element to it earlier on. I really do like Sadlers. They do make some great beers. Questionable decision on the dropping the ABV on Christmas pudding start, but good beers nonetheless. Which division of Carlisle in? Out of curiosity. Yeah. It's different, isn't it? Seeing the top shelf as well, and seeing the bottom shelf, or most of the bottom shelf at least. If I move the bottle out of the way, you'll even see even more, you know. But League Two, right, yeah. Or League Four as we know it originally. It was 10.5%. Wow. There's definitely an off taste I'm getting from this as well. Yeah, Loch Lomond. We get a couple in England from Loch Lomond. I do wish that Lidl would bring, you know, when they have their beer festivals in Lidl's, and you'll see that the Scottish has loads of beers that we don't get down here. And you think to yourself, why not have some English beers going up Scotland and vice versa, some Scottish beers coming down here, more Scottish beers, so that if you can't get them in your country normally, at least you can look and think, right, I'm having all of them because, you know, and then that also, if the actual Lidl you go to actually stocks the bloody things. We've had issues in Nottingham, always Nottingham, is it tax? Issues with Nottingham with beers just recently, you know, not showing up. You know, when they've done, yeah, it is superb, yeah. When we go out and about this year, I'm gonna take extra cash, and I mean, we're hoping to get to Northern Ireland at some stage. Good evening. I don't blame you. Oh, well, I don't know about the hard seltzer. I won't go down the hard seltzer route. That stuff's not nice. It's just bloody fizzy water with alcohol in. Um, Depends which one you have as well. I mean, flavour wise. But yeah, I'm not keen on hard seltzers. I won't be reviewing any more of them. Yeah, there's a limit, and I breach my limit. Yeah, well, yeah, if it's going, jobs are good. And if you can get it for free, yeah, it's like a sparkly water, flavoured sparkling water. In other words, I think it's got vodka in it. It might be. So yeah, golden pour. Got a little bit of carbonation at the start. Anyway, it's died off now. Floral on the nose, floral on the taste. I did get a wheat element. I definitely got a funky element from somewhere. And yet I can't smell it now. So I only washed the glass out today, so I can't be the glass. It must have been the beer. Hey, there's always something you pick up and you think to yourself, have I been sniffing something earlier and I'm still smelling it, you know? Never go for a shit and do a beer review. It puts your nose off terribly. And I do apologise to anybody in the background. Oh. So for me, yeah, being critical, a good traditional beer, florally beer. Would I drink it again? No. Once is enough. I liked it. I just don't want. I wouldn't want to touch it again. You know, it's one of those. Out of 5 for me, about 4.0 out of 5, and that's it for this beer review. Back in about 2 minutes with another beer review, and probably doing 4 tonight. You know, glutton for punishment. And see you in about 2 minutes. Cheers. Yeah, I didn't take long to get off that seat.